Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about the key I completed to get my first 3K IO character in a 23 Rise that I did a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. The video itself is actually a segment of my stream where I took the VOD and looked back at how I played the key, what I did wrong, and where I could improve. There's some small tips thrown in there throughout as well. I think a good way to improve, though, is to look back at how you played and look at your performance with an open mind. While this kind of serves as a part 1.5 or put into action of the ret guide that I've been making, just to let you know, I do intend to get the second part outlined, recorded, and edited within the next few days, get that finished up. And just in general, I'd like to start getting more content out and get it out faster. Just the other day, I ran a plus 24 as I'm inching my way towards 3100, and it was a very interesting key. I will likely do another watch through on stream before posting the video here. But idea there being just showing how a dungeon can take a lot of turns, good and bad, but playing well as a group and really getting coordinated can help turn what seems like an impossible key into a timed key. I do these watchbacks on my stream, twitch.tv/derefay_. But it will be put into a video like this here for YouTube as well. Which, by the way, thanks for the new subscribers recently. I hope you all enjoy what I have to put out here. Please leave any feedback, suggestions, or requests. My goal is to provide not just valuable, but also approachable content for people of different skill and experience levels. Anyway, enjoy. And now let's get our 3K IO. Peace. This was 9 hours into trying.
Oh man.
Okay. Right out the gate. If this is your mental, if that's your mental state, just stop doing keys. Stop trying anything. I could tell I just did not want to do it. This was already... I even... Just want to cry myself to sleep, I say. Okay, let's skip ahead. Let's see, right at 9 hours. Oh, a little too far. So just start straight away. See? Lean forward, get myself smiling. Anything to just improve your mindset. So you can see right here, going straight for the mages. Get that interrupt off. Those echo bolts can do a lot. We get those in the tank. So that corrupt volley, or corroding volley. Chris gets that one. You can see right there that, let's go back. This one, this area, this corroding volley right here, that goes off and you see 3 of us instantly go like near half health. We get that guy killed before that one goes off. And admittedly, I should have been doing more interrupts there. I rebuke and hammer justice. I think I had them both that time. Okay, so my rebuke I used. Okay, I got on the chaos bolt because it came off cooldown, but the tank had already got him. So, but that meant I didn't have it for that. I could have used my hammer of justice though. I should have. Can't see. Got fortified, entangling, bolstering. Okay, you can also see long day. Go do a part 2 to my like guide video, and part of that will be Blessing of Freedom. On entangling weeks, you can use Blessing of Freedom on someone else, and it'll free both of you from entangling. I personally choose healers, especially if it's like a priest healer. I know they can talent into breaking roots, but it just makes it easier. Druids can shift, but again, it just makes it easier. They don't have to shift, or if they're in the middle of a heal, you can just pop that on so that they don't even get affected by it. I was so focused on making sure that we didn't get any more corroding volleys off that, let's see, so entangling's already gone. I didn't even think to use Blessing of Freedom on myself in that time, like circumstance. And then here I am, a solid like 3 seconds later. Let's see, so it's too far. So entangling goes off. This is 9 hours 21 seconds. And 5 seconds later, I finally put the Blessing of Freedom on, or 4 seconds. At that point, I sure hope the healer was already out there. But I was very slow. I just... One, was slow to think, but also... Yeah, I even said, like, it was so late, I don't know why I bothered. But who knows? I wasn't sure where he was. Maybe he still needed it. Whatever. That's a dangerous thing, is tunnel vision. I can definitely get that sometimes. Where I knew it was going on, like you saw me run out of it, but I wasn't really thinking. So, I know right here, I have a huge mistake. Because it was cluttered right there with the health bars and everything, which actually, my UI is not a problem. I don't know why I got so messed up right here. I guess just my camera, and I was long day and tired. But you'll see we've got Orb of Contemplation. You can see kind of right here, she's facing this direction. I completely lost her in this just stack. I couldn't tell what direction she was focusing. And I run right into it. Huge mistake. Luckily, it only screws over myself, but obviously that means that's me not doing damage. I was doing 400k damage at the time, so losing out on that the entire time sucks. Get back in time for that interrupt. Make sure I don't die to it again. At this point, I was hyper-focused on what direction she was facing. I was not going to let that happen again. Let's get some lights going. There we go. We'll go with all blue. See, I even had a late freedom there. They already got the important interrupt, so I went ahead and got the bolt, just because it still hurts. Not nearly as bad as corroding volley. And then the warrior was able to get that one. Not as worried about those. See, I just didn't even bother with the freedom that... Oh, no, I did. I guess there's another later one, but... I'm pretty sure I'd get better with them this round. You can see overall, if we look down here, interrupts really were quite solid, because those don't count CCs. And this guy as I'm sure you'll know. Gotta make sure we get the Shrouding Sand interrupts. I'd already used my Rebuke, so I messed that up. But someone else was already get it. When I said mess it up, it's a pug. We didn't have orchestrated interrupts, so I never trust people to do the interrupt. But luckily, they proved me wrong. Let me go back real quick. I have both my interrupts up. Or interrupt. Oh, okay. The tank did get that one. Or sorry, the warrior. But that was just overall bad use of interrupts. Real quick. So we can see here when entangling pops, you see my cursor go over to the healer. I use the click add-on, so I have shift right click set to Blessing of Freedom, shift middle click set to Blessing of Sacrifice, and shift left click set to Blessing of Protection. So that's a really nice way of using add-ons to use your blessings, your different utility. That was just my dumb mistake. I have just regular shift middle click. My like scroll wheel set to Word of Glory, so I can easily toss out heals and toss out my blessings, and that'll just cast on whoever you're hovering over. Good old roleplay that has no point in Mythic Plus. Again, this is kind of a thing of not being patient enough with pugs. I used my stone form there, and I broke that off. The healer, at the same time as the healer, dispelled the warrior. Section, I always try to I turn my camera in so I can see where everyone else is. Boom. I was able to easily get all those last minute, and then just stay spread from everybody, making sure that I'm not kind of like stacked in the same area as someone. So when I go into the stack here, I don't have it set on my Recore because yeah, I pop my Divine Protection. See, we're baiting all those out. Nice this run. None of those going in towards the center. Makes it easy to get those orbs. Trying to find an area from that it wasn't being covered, but we just overall had especially for a pug group, there was one left that was close, but I was able to snag it. Using that range from Paladin, so I didn't have to go in there. Could just kind of preset my positioning. And easy boss. Done. Let's go ahead, skip ahead a little. Get a quick repair in, just in case. Gotta get that interrupt off. Especially with it being fortified, using defensives on this is huge. I hate entangling in that section where you can't move all that much. You can see I'm using all my cooldowns. These guys are bad enough that it's well deserving of it. So, as Paladin, Retribution, we are very support-ish class. You can see I just was able to pop my lay on hands. Because I know that this dragon is so deadly, I'm keeping an eye on this as much as possible. Maybe they're a little too much. But again, with that click casting, did I get... Oh, I got this Blessing of Sacrifice on our mage. Built up some holy power, got my Word of Glory. So sometimes with that Blessing of Freedom, it looks like I'm very slow on it, and sometimes I definitely am. Sometimes it's just waiting for the global cooldown, so just be patient with it. Making sure that you are able to actually get that cast off. Right here, I popped my bubble. It's a cheat code. It makes it so easy to get it first time, first try every time. Our tank goes up, starts the RP. I get the portal going. 3 of us had already made it through. Just a good run. But yeah, about halfway, or if you make it through that second platform, if you pop your bubble, you've already made it. You can just run straight through them. That said, if you're under geared, you may want your bubble for these guys, so just kind of be ready for that. I'm going to turn up the playback speed because I think all this is pretty straightforward. Tank's getting low. I just have to toss now some heals. I know he's a demon hunter. They scare me. I'm gonna move. Ooh, shoot. I'm gonna move my camera back down. So you can see, very dangerous area. Get those guys down. Healer got deleted right there. There's a few interruptible. So that infinite burn is a good one to interrupt. Temporal blast if you can, but it's, I believe, a lower priority. Oh, one other tip with entangling. So I recently switched my UI or my my dungeon add-on to Bigwigs from DBM. DBM does have a countdown for expected entangling and just affixes in general. That allows you to precast your Blessing of Freedom so that it doesn't even affect you and the person you target. You can see I don't have any countdown. I have since found a weak aura that adds that affix countdown. but did not have it at this time. That's why some of my casts are very slow and reactive. I hate that. There's got to be some kind of like. I just wish there were clickable portals rather than collision. Hey, we're still up there in DPS. Take it. And that's just for that one pull. These guys, this time beam is like important to interrupt as well. You can use your rebuke, your hammer of justice, your blinding light. I don't know if you've seen this bug here, but sometimes that wall can be funky. It didn't let them through. If that happens, just back up and run back into the wall. I'm not sure what causes it, but sometimes that happens. So here, just back up straight, away from your allies. See here, I've still got the boss targeted, but I'm positioning myself, so I'm still cleaving all the bombers. Getting those. The timing on entangling is such a it's such a troll. That was insane right there. Let me slow this down. 9:17:32. Okay. So I'm actually surprised by how much. We've got the debuff there from the bomb. That's what it was. I use my Shield of Righteousness, and that just gets eaten up like immediately. And I still had 2 more procs of that. That's why. Use my Word of Glory, and oh, did I also pop Lay on Hands? Damn, this place hurts. Yeah. Good fucking. Yeah, so I even popped my Lay on Hands, which is always. It's a long cooldown, but if you gotta use it, you gotta use it. That's what it's there for. So, Word of Glory, Lay on Hands. Ideally, I would just did Lay on Hands to begin with. Damn, this place hurts. I just wasn't expecting it. Good fucking go. But good healer makes a difference. watch out for this like corrupted looking concentration. It hurts like hell on these keys. I think I'm making it too hard for myself, like running around. I don't know why I didn't just run up between those two. Able to stop most of those rallying shouts, but a couple of them do get off. So this guy. So with this shockwave, you can see that we're all facing this way. We actually were able to pretty well bait all those shockwaves away from the allies. Wherever they're killed, it does raid damage. Well, party damage. Alright. Let's see. I think this one we end up getting one right out, and it's not so bad, but not ideal. And I should have run along the inside. I don't know if he targeted me, but I didn't help it. Let's put it that way. So get those interrupts on the caster. That'll bring him in closer. Easier to cleave down. There we go. That shockwave was bad. Just right in the middle of them. Ended up being okay, but doesn't help your healer any. As rare as it is, we actually got everybody past there without pulling. I'm not saying anything to jinx this shit. Dead's done so many runs, I was getting superstitious. I thought I was going to jinx it, but I was feeling good. Speed it up a little. I don't remember if anything went down out of the ordinary. I believe we did this Marchi pretty well. This mob pack can be pretty surprising. You can really turn it quickly if you're not getting your interrupts off. The Rocketeer does the... where is it? We may actually get him before... Oh no, sorry, the Aerobot does the bombing run. And those hurt a lot, the electric juice. I almost run right into that. But that's why having just a clean interface is good.
Two bosses.
I was counting down. One more trash, 2 boss. You can see here I'm saving cooldowns because I noticed that she's about to do that. I'm gonna get the ping off just to help everybody. I've had someone that he's like, "Oh, what's that weak aura? What's that add-on that was pinging?" I was like, "My eyes." But I don't. I like to think it helps. In this key level, you would hope that people would be decent at finding it anyway. I saw I was about to steal our mage's trap, so I just went and found another one because I had plenty of time. But our druid did entangle them all. The more problems. Correct Morty was right there. Nice and easy. Yeah, so I just put my Blessing of Sacrifice on our mage just to make sure they stayed alive. Over on the left, yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And one trash, one boss. One trash bowl, one boss. I've covered the camera, but what you don't see is me just covering my face, just exhaustion and ready for it to be over, but also excitement. Now this last boss, you'll see, it was not my best. Yeah, that was bad. Big bad. I was the only one with interrupt on, off of cooldown. Let's see, what else? There's someone that happened back here. I guess I wasn't looking at where I was saying names. This is what I'm talking about, where you could see my mentality at the beginning of it. I was just so tired and ready for the day to be over. You could see me cursoring over to him, and I just didn't get the interrupt off. Excuse me. One boss. One boss.
We face enemies above and below.
Everyone, the infinites are here, and we must stop them.
So we've got 7 minutes left. Like 6:30 by the time we get in.
Very well.
6:45.
My friends, with me, we face them together.
30 by the time we actually start. 6.5 minutes. You can see I was narrating to myself already.
Got 2 bowls.
This was on stream as well.
Very close.
So we already had our mage handling the infinity orbs. It was already set. Positioning to get this keeper without getting in front of the boss and taking that blast. That one goes down pretty quick. Nice and easy to finish up the ads. Go straight back to the boss. Switch over to the keepers again. And yeah, I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit more. So you can see the first mess up. So okay, we get the keeper down, the other 2 keepers come out. I do pop wings here. And I'm I'm not exactly actually sure what killed me there. But Druid gets me up. But my mistake is I should have just popped shield there. It's not the first time I've seen that much damage go out in that specific transition to the 2. So again, that's typically what I would have done, is popped Shield of Righteousness. Just get some absorb going. But next, now we're just back to burn. Let's see. I don't understand this death. I'm gonna be honest. You can see right here. There's the line, and me outside of it, and it killed me. And then this one dropped after. So I call BS on that one. Let's look at it again. Let's just go slower this time. Whoops. So.
What?
I was right on the edge, but. So that one should not have killed me. But it did 800k damage. If it hit me, it was sure going to kill me. I was so frustrated with that. Our healer did also die. I forgot about that. Did they die at the same time? I don't think so. I don't know where they even were. Oh, they did.
What?
Out here. I thought right there that I had messed it up, that I had lost it for us. Because normally I can keep myself alive even without a healer on this fight. But 47 mil health. Warrior goes down. That was a ballsy play. And then... yeah. Stood still longer than I expected. Does go down. I was so ready for... But lesson to be learned there, give yourself more space. I was right along the edge of it. I stand by, I was not inside of it. You can see the line there. Or you could before. But
Yeah.
little celebration. There we go. Yeah, but if we go back, that was the first death. The first death. I hate saying that. I had no, like, I could have run right through here. I had plenty of space. I just misread it. And when I turned the camera, I expected it to, I guess, go longer, or, well, again, I don't think, I wasn't standing in it. But instead of being right up against that line, right here would have been a difference. And of course, I would have needed to dodge this one, but that would have been easy enough. But overall, it was still a good run, obviously. Let's see, and then how much time? And boom. So runtime 3350. We're where doesn't say there. This could be about 2 minutes 10 seconds. Yeah, 2 minutes 10 seconds under time. That's a good run. Get the 23 points. It was at 2982, so that brings up to 3005.